built for Lagos State government is called Electronic Banking System Update.Mts Cycle Management. That's what all my colleagues have been talking to you about since morning. The last presenter talked about the electronic tax clearance certificate, which I believe everybody here has. Is there anybody who doesn't have? If there is anybody who doesn't have, this is a golden opportunity to obtain one. Now, another of some deliverables, another thing that we do for Lagos State government is that we are also online. Whatever we are doing in-house here, you can access them via our websites or via the electronic banking system of revenue cycle management website. And that is the address there, www.lasg-ebs-rcm.com. This is very, very good at a point like this because a lot of people have BlackBerry phones, a lot of people have tabs, a lot of people have all kinds of gadgets through which they can access the World Wide Web and all of that. So we can no longer say it's only when I get to the office that you can do that right in your house, right in your car, just like you're sitting there and all of that. And this is the address that you can sign in and get the information you're looking for. If I get to this site, what am I supposed to see? The site is on two sides, it's in two categories. You have the free side of just the free side is the free side of it. Just every user can go there, get whatever information, just read through things there, get whatever information you want to get and all of that. Then you have the audit side or the report side, which is where you come in, which is where the people that are sitting here, that is where they come in. A lot of people are writing, they're not looking at, they're not listening to me, which is where you come in. That place, you can monitor what is happening in your agency. You can monitor what is happening in your department. You can see how much money your agency has collected. You can monitor that. You can generate reports, that's what I mean. You can say, okay, fine, this agency, how much my agency, let's say it's Ministry of Lands or Lands Bureau, how much money have you collected this month? Or from this particular revenue type, how much money is agreeing to it? The beauty of it is that you can only do the one that concerns your own agency. You are not allowed, you don't have the privilege to view reports concerning another agency. It is only what concerns you that you can view and all of that. That's one thing you can do there. Of course, payer ID creation. I heard my colleague talking about payer IDs, payer identification. Payer identification is simply a proper way of identifying every taxpayer. You have to know who is who without any ambiguity. And I heard him talking about switching of names, turning them upside down and all of that. As long as we keep maintaining our names, such scenarios must occur. Because you say, okay, my name is Okechuku Okoro, come back, you see it's Okoro Okechuku Chukwu, and I'll come back and add another name or make it abbreviate it. That means that I have never properly identified. But if I am given a number, my number is 1. That number can never occur again. 1 is 1. 2 ones cannot exist in system, can they? There can only be one number 1, and that number 1 is me. So that is a proper way of identifying people. The same thing that happens in the banks. If you go to the bank as a first-time account owner, what do they do for you? They create an account for you. Am I right? Each time you return to the bank for transactions, what happens? They call that account back. They call it up again and use it for the present transaction. The same thing we are talking about here. When once you are a first-time player, when once you come to the database, the first thing that happens is that you are properly identified, you are properly assigned a number. And each time that you make a repeat call, you want to make another payment to the Lagos State government, irrespective of whatever it is, you must repeat that number. And if you repeat that number, all your profile will be intact. One of the challenges we've been having is that people don't just remember this number, or they don't come back with this, or they don't bring proper names so that you can search. If you don't search properly, you won't get it. So you end up duplicating the numbers and all of that. And I believe that has been identified as one of the challenges that we face. But that's not a big problem. Each time the numbers are duplicated and there is a good evidence that number 1, 2, 3 is also number 4, 5, 6, then they can be matched. And that person will be given one number and all of that. It's just a management system and all of that. Then the next thing that you can do on that site is also report generation. You can generate your reports. What do you want? Just tell the system what you want. So, okay, fine. I want to generate reports of those that have paid these fees in my agency. Your agency is identified by an agency code. Then the type of revenue that you're talking about is identified by a revenue code. So you can say, okay, fine, I want a report of all payments on this revenue type. That means that revenue type, let's say payee. So you can have reports on payee if that is what you are monitoring. You can say, okay, fine, I want to know what Ministry of Finance has collected. There's Ministry of Finance is the same as an agency. So you can also generate reports by agency type or by revenue type and all of that. So that you can also do that. Then forms and resource downloads. My colleagues showed us some forms. Those forms are available online there. You remember in the past, for you to get a form, you have to visit an house or visit one office of the other to collect a form. Now it's very easy. You can download the form on your phone, and if you have a printer, print it out. It's possible. You can go to the cyber cafe, download the form, print it out. If you have a tab or any of these electronic gadgets that have that are web enabled, you can download the form, print it out, and all of that. You can also download some other resources. You can say, okay, how do I pay taxes to the Lagos State government? What are the guidelines? What are the rules? All of those information are there. You can say, okay, fine, I want to do some deals with Lands Bureau. The information related to them are there. So whatever information that you are looking for that concerns Lagos State government payments and administration, they are also there on that website. Of course, inquiries. If you get there, you get a lot of phone numbers, customer care lines that you can simply call through, and somebody will pick the call at the other end and you make your inquiries and you get answers. We're also strongly represented on the social media. The rate of the moment now is now Twitter. We're also there. YouTube, we're there. Skype, we're there. Whatever means we want to use to communicate to us, we're all present in those media. And what we're doing at this point is to, bring this information to us so that we can leverage on it to, do things in a different way or do things in a way that benefit us even more effectively than it has been in the past. I think that's on this side. I was just trying to stand in for my colleague who did not do this aspect. Why I really came here is on what you have here as the cashless policy. I don't want to waste much of our time. I know today is like Friday. Yes. So I know. Yes. In the next, I'll be leaving here. How many minutes do you want me to take?
1 hour.
No, nobody stay as long as I will. What?
10 minutes.
I'll spend 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes. Begin now to time me. Now, some time ago, the Central Bank of Nigeria came up with a policy which they call the cashless policy. Am I right? Yes. What did they mean? They now place limitations on cash withdrawals and cash deposits at the banks. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So it is from this policy it is from that directive from Central Bank that the cashless policy was entrenched in Nigeria. And Lagos State was selected as a pilot state or pilot state. Am I right? That's what happened then. They said, okay, fine, look at the amounts, they are there on the board. They say, look, daily cash withdrawals or cash deposits that exceed 500,000 naira for individuals and 3 million for corporate bodies. The new policy on cash-based transactions, withdrawals and deposits in banks aim at reducing, not eliminating the amount of physical cash, coins and notes circulating in the economy. Those are the reasons they gave us. So if you are an individual and you are doing a business transaction, you are depositing more than 500,000, there's a penalty or there's a surcharge. And if you're a company and you are depositing more than 3 million cash, there was also a surcharge, all of that. Now at this stage, government accounts were not exempt from the system. So it was a blanket thing. So you can imagine, I don't know the ministries you represent. Now in your own ministry, you said that the highest amount of money one could pay in a day in that particular account is 3 million. People collect 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion. And they said that all the money that could go into that is 3 million. That was like, killing the agency, that kind of thing. We're not trying to criticize him, I'm sorry for that. But that was how it was. But what that told us was that there are other means of making payments without actually carrying cash. Am I right? And what we did was leverage on the technology that we have in our hand, and that is that ETCC card that you have. Do we all have it? Now, we made the ETCC card as a means of making payments to Lagos state government. And how did that work? All you needed to do was do a money transfer from your account to that card. To which card? That's your own ETCC card. And then make deposits to Lagos state government from your card. Simple. So the card that you have now is not just a tax clearance certificate. It is also a payment medium. You can use it to pay to Lagos state government. Let me give us an instance. I have my ETCC card, which is in my pocket. It is my tax clearance certificate. Am I right? I said, okay, fine. Let me fund this card to the tune of 100,000 naira. An example. Let me fund this card to the tune of 100,000 naira. I fund it to the tune of 100,000 naira. Then I need to pay water corporation. What do I mean? What do I do? I simply, from my house, I don't need to go to the bank again. As long as I have internet connections and all of that. So I'll pay from my house, I don't need to go to the bank again. I simply deduct 20,000 naira from that card to water corporation. Have I paid them? I have. I need to pay development levy. I'll deduct, I'll pay. I need to pay last man bill because if arrested me, I need to pay. Whatever thing I need to pay to Lagos state government, I'll pay within that my 100,000 naira. And if I exceed or if I exhaust that 100,000 naira, which is the deposit in my card, I refund the card and continue and continue and continue. That way, there is no surcharge. That way, you have provided an alternative payment platform without actually carrying cash to the bank. That way, you have brought a kind of convenience to the people because it's convenient for the people to pay through their cards and all of that. And then you can use it to meet contingencies. For example, if Lagos State's Traffic Management Agency, they are my friends, they're always doing something to me. If they arrest me somewhere, like they used to do all the time, instead of yeah, custom. Don't worry, we'll talk about that later. Yes, we'll talk about that later. And we don't want to talk about it. So now, so instead of taking my vehicle to those places they take it, I can simply pay from my card. Am I right? And then the secondary thing that they're asking for is my tax clearance certificate, my evidence of tax payment. I am paying from my tax clearance certificate, so they'll also see the information about the taxes which I have paid. So that way we believe that instead of people going to the bank, coming back, going back and all of that, wasting time and all of that, you can simply use this card to, get all of that settled and resolved without wasting any time. Huh?
How do you use those cards at those spots?
Because at those spots, if they are well equipped, they simply have a laptop. So at all the payment points where they arrest people, they should have a laptop. It doesn't need network at that point. All you need to do is fund your card. It doesn't need network at that point. All you need to do is, okay, fine, guy, you have arrested me. How much is my bill? 5,000 naira. Give them your card. They have the gadgets. They deduct their 5,000 and let you go.
They don't usually have the gadgets.
Then we will give them. It's all the question of saying, okay, fine, this is what we want to do. So the gadgets are ready for them. And we're ready to also offer the training. We're also ready to offer whatever thing that has to be offered to make sure that it works. So it's there. It's just a question of agreeing to it and saying, okay, fine, let us do it. Maybe you can take a pilot somewhere and see how it goes. So it's a very, very effective tool. You don't need network. The laptop is powered by battery. All you need to do is push in those card readers that you have there, which is just one. They're pushing their own card, they must have, and pushing your own card, do the deduction, and it's done. Within 5 minutes, everybody has gone, and you get your receipt instantly. So instead of taking you to a hidden place or anywhere, you continue with your journey. So this utility and capability is at the fingertip of Lagos state government. So that is one thing that we can achieve with the ETCC card that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. So